Street Champs, come get put on. Today we're here with a very, very special guest. Second time around, Kash'd Out. How you guys doing tonight?
Woo! Hey, feeling good.
We're good. We're here with the future mayor.
I mean, hey man, respect. I'm here with, thank you. I'm here with the next fucking greatest reggae band ever. So,
Hell yeah.
we're both here early. So you guys are here before your show at Brews Ale House. How was the drive? First things first.
A little bumpy, I'd say, but overall, pretty good.
Yeah, good. I slept like a little baby. It was nice.
I slept like shit, dude. I did. I didn't sleep well. But I'm here. I'm about 4 coffees deep, and we're gonna have a good time.
You guys wearing Craig?
Yeah.
What's Craig like? From your perspective.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, Craig's cool. He's got good valleys, good rivers.
It's a good name, Craig, Colorado, man.
We thought it was made up, to be honest. I didn't think. So you're familiar with Craig? You said it like it was like a thing.
I've been to Craig. My aunt used to live there, and she was chill. She was a chill aunt. So
That's cool.
Respect to all the aunts out there.
Craig's where all the cool aunts are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've heard that before, actually.
Yeah. She's dead now, but it's cool.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And Craig.
She left her legacy.
Yeah.
How do you guys like the Rocky Mountains, or you think John Denver was full of shit?
We went to Rocky Mountain National Park probably after we were with you guys last time. We probably went there like the next day.
Yeah.
And we had a blast.
Nice.
We had so much fun.
Just gonna move this plant.
Oh wow! Look at that. You can see Marty now.
Wow, you're so strong, man. Damn.
I do what I can.
Look at that
Yeah.
shit.
I do what I can. But with the first interview, I was going back and looking at all that. We did all the introductions and stuff. So you guys remember any of that?
Vaguely.
No.
No? How often are you guys doing podcasts and interviews and stuff?
Interviews often, podcasts not that often.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a little while because we were doing one ourselves for a little while, but dude, it got crazy. Like once COVID let up and we started touring again, we just kind of ran out of time.
Yeah, honestly.
But it was fun when we were doing them.
It turns out it takes more than just sitting there for an hour and talking to people to do a podcast.
Yeah, all that editing, dude. What's up?
Editing, planning, marketing,
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
with the band life, it's kind of hard to do both of those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kinda-
That's what
We all
that's why
sat
we
down and
stopped.
said, we're either going to do the band or the podcast. And we're like, all right, we're going to do the band.
Right on. How's this last year been for you guys? You guys put out a new album, Butter, out
Did.
now
Butter.
everywhere.
Butter.
Yeah. That's been out for about a week. And the past year has pretty much been leading up to that. But it's been awesome. I would say. Can't complain. We've stayed busy the whole time, and we got a long list of shows yet to come.
Yeah.
How long were you guys writing Butter?
We wrote it in like spurts of like a week at a time, and I think that took like maybe 3 or 4 of those week-long trips. We just post up at an Airbnb and keep writing, and then we recorded it over the course of 20 days, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
10 day, or no, do I have that right? Or
Yeah,
just 10?
2 10-day sessions.
10-day sessions.
Where? In what state?
In Florida.
Florida? Orlando?
Yeah. We were, we hit up our boy Josh, who helped us actually start the band way back in the day. And he has since blossomed into an amazing engineer. So he's a huge part of our sound. And we spent that time with him and shaped it up. And then it just took a long time to like actually release. Because you have, just like you said with the podcast, there's marketing and editing and all that stuff. So it takes a long time to come to fruition. But I think overall the whole thing took like over 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys have major features on it.
We do. We got Swayze and Pepper and Andy from Catastro. And we miss him dearly.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But we're so stoked on anybody involved with it and anybody listening to it right now.
Was that verse from Andy recorded with the intent of being on Butter, or was it just kind of repurposed?
Yeah. I mean, I would say so. we knew we wanted him on the song, and he crushed it, and we had every intention of putting it out. And unfortunately, he passed like a week right after we released it, so we never got to perform it with him live, which it's I think about that every time we play the song, you know. So it's very tragic what happened, but
You guys were pretty
we're
close?
stoked to. We weren't like super close. We played a lot of shows together and a lot of festivals, and he's definitely a good dude, and we knew enough of that, and just to everybody lost him, you know, not just us. So
Yeah, rest in peace.
yeah, man, he was one of a kind.
So I have a
But
question.
we're stoked that we got the opportunity to make that recording with him and have that be a part of our lives every night. You know, we get to honor him.
Wow. That's powerful, powerful song.
Yeah, man.
Dylan, you said you had something to say?
Yeah, I have a question. How many of you guys are original members of the group? Is it everybody? Has there kind of been some switching here and there as far as instruments?
Mostly original lineup. I mean, we used to, when we were getting our bearings, I think we toyed around with a few drummers before we had Marshall.
Yeah, before we start toying around with Marshall.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in.
That's exactly right. He's like, this is
We're
where I
still
belong.
trying this guy out.
Yeah.
We've been trying this guy out for like 7 years now. So far, so good.
I think he'll stay. We originally, before we found Nick, were trying out some other guys on keys, but for the most part, that's when I feel like Kash'd Out kind of.
I agree. I think the lineup that pretty much anybody that knows the band would be familiar with is all the same
what
guys.
we have right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Back on Butter. What about the what's your guys' like favorite song on the album so far? Because I really like oh man, Back. Fuck, I'm all on this front now. Back Deck. Back Deck.
Yeah.
That's such a good song.
Hell
man.
yeah.
The guitar on that shit, it's killer.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Really
Yeah,
is.
hell yeah.
Yeah, you crushed it, Jay. I think we all might have different favorites, but I really like the album as a whole. Like listening to it front to back.
10 tracks, right?
Yeah. And there's some other tracks that didn't quite make the cut, but it wasn't because we didn't want them on the album. It was just, like I said, we had those 10-day blocks, and we knew about how long it would take to record 10 songs, and so we just had more votes on the 10 that made the album. But the whole thing is a great depiction of our band, I think.
Those tracks that didn't make it on there, are you going to release them like as singles later on, or?
We're not sure.
We've been kind of talking about it.
Yeah, we've been tossing that idea around. But we also want to, like I said, we wrote that a long time ago. And it'd be nice to write some more and see. We don't want to like say, yeah, we'll put those particular ones out when we might end up writing 10 way cooler ones. We just don't know.
True. So what's your favorite one on the album? You said as a whole, but like you don't have one then?
I would say I like Just Friends a lot.
Just Friends.
I feel like it just bumps in this way that excites me. They all excite me in their own way, but I feel like Just Friends, we collaborated with some people in Nashville, and it just that session was part of the experience for me, and so it went really smooth, and so I take that with me for the song. So that's my favorite. You guys probably have different favorites.
Yeah, I like either Highway Robbery or Back Deck also. Those are my favorites, I think.
Back Deck's kind of that sleeper that like we debuted it live as a single, and we stopped playing it because it's just like, I don't know, it just wasn't hitting like some other songs. But like now that people are like, when you run into it on the album, you kind of paid more attention to it, and like you said, like those guitar tones are sick on that song. And, like, there's just really cool parts. Back Deck's another one of my favorites. It just has this like flow about it.
I really like I Think You Like It. It's the last track on the album, and I just really like the slow down vibe of it, you know. And Jackson's lead, and it's very special to me. I really like that melody. But also like Extrasensory a lot. I think that song paints a really cool sonic picture, and I think it really paces itself well. And it has a great bass line, if I don't mind tooting my own horn. I think you know, I think the bass line, I think it came to me in a dream. Do you remember when that happened? I remember I did like a long hike on a mountain. I was wearing just a white robe.
Pretty sure I wrote the bass line.
No. I remember seeing it in a dream. And I remember it was like this goddess came down and said, "Do do do," and I was like, "Whoa, oh my, whoa!"
And then goddess Nick, as we debated over it for about 45 minutes.
I think it was all in my dream.
Were you on mushrooms?
It was definitely a dream. But yeah, I think that's mine. It's mine. Marshall, what's yours?
Yeah, I'm with Joey. Extrasensory. I think that's my favorite, and it's the rocket to the moon line. That's it. Because I want to take this rocket to the moon. Let's go. I love that.
Yeah. See, he's staying.
Are you guys playing all of them tonight? Any of them tonight?
A few.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're playing the majority of the record tonight.
most of it.
Yeah,
I think
we've
like
got
80%.
several. Yeah. It would be easier to list the ones we're not doing.
Right.
Which ones are those?
You're gonna have to stick around and find out, buddy.
Huh. That's fair. I'm building a set. I'm sure with the new album is kind of. Well, you're touring the album, right? So like that's what
Right.
you're
Yeah.
there for. That makes sense.
Yeah, we toured on many of the singles as well for the album, so it's cool to have everybody. Even though the album just came out a week ago, a lot of people already know the words because they got a little taste.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
How long's the tour?
8 weeks.
And change. Yeah.
How many stops?
Well, I don't know.
So many, man. So many.
Plenty of them.
Plenty
Yeah.
of steps, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
And then the tours, we're going out, we're supporting Fortunate Youth right after this tour ends, and they kind of like butt up against each other. So it's like technically 2 separate tours, but basically like our next like good like break is like mid-October. Wow. So it's like, it's a while, man. But dude, I'm stoked about it. Definitely no complaints. I'd rather be on tour than not be on tour, so.
It's going to be nice because we have a week off when we get home. We have 3 days off when we get home, and then a week of Florida shows. So that's kind of like being.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
3 days.
3 whole days, baby.
You can do all your laundry in 3 days.
Groceries.
I forget. Are you guys in relationships? Or are you guys married at home or anything?
I'm in a relationship.
You're in a
I am
relationship?
too. I think these 2 guys.
I'm in a relationship with myself right now.
Oh, respect.
So I'm
Self-love.
very busy.
Really?
Gets quiet at night on the bus.
Life is crazy. That's what I'm gonna say.
Crazy, man.
life is a mixed bag of emotions.
You're crazy, bro. You're
Sounds like a
crazy.
few girlfriends.
You're
I don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now. Where
Is
are
there a
we?
non-disclosure agreement?
Is it NDA?
Yeah.
Well, I could ask 2 of the guys without getting them in trouble. Has there been groupies?
This tour, obviously. And Craig.
I'll tell you guys about. Remember the one?
Oh, the one lady.
The one. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one.
So we had one.
Which one?
We had
There's been
Okay.
several.
no, the
That
one
answers
this
the question.
tour that was like.
Oh, yes.
Dude,
Yes.
I could have put
Oh,
this
boy.
girl behind bars. She was sexually harassing the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
Dude, the whole show, she's like, Joey. And she'd look at me and I'd be like this, I go, and just start like playing over here, and then make eye contact, and she was like, and I'm like, going over here.
But what did she say? She said some
Yeah, yeah.
interesting things.
Tell
She
me-
said
say the thing.
super mean shit to me.
Say the thing.
What did she say?
She said something about when
Can
you
I
get-
can I be explicit here?
You can say whatever the
Can
fuck
I
you
say?
want. You can say
I'll be
whatever the fuck you
honest.
want.
You're all adults, right? We've all seen like R-rated R movies, The Matrix.
yeah.
What I'm about to say is less hardcore than The Matrix, so I think we got this.
All right.
She was like, "Oh, I love the way you run up there with your little bass," and I'm like, "Oh, that's great. I appreciate that. I appreciate that." And she was like, "When I watch you, my pussy gets so fucking wet," and I'm like, "Oh, I appreciate that, ma'am." And listen, this is after the show, and I'm like, we're surrounded by fans taking pictures. And it's like people talking to Jay right there, people talking to Greg right there, and she's right here, and everyone's listening to her. And she keeps just whispering, talking to me. She was like, "I love the way you run around up there.
She was
I love
yelling.
that shit."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Look, I'll suck your dick forever, forever."
She
And
said
I'm
she
like,
wanted
"Ah,
to
that's I
marry
don't know,
him,
good."
And that she would give him blowjobs every day, and that she was good at it.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm good at it. You don't need to reciprocate." And then I was like, "Hmm?" I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Joe,
kidding.
this sounds like a pretty good
I'm just
deal,
kidding.
man.
But yeah, I turned to Greg. I was like, "That's a pretty good deal." I gotta say that last part really changes things.
Where are you going on the honeymoon?
Nowhere. Yeah, but yeah, she definitely scared the shit out of me and probably everyone around her. But yeah, when it comes to groupies, I'd say not so much. We are very respectful, nice fans who aren't groping us as often as people might think
We have
they
like
are.
a super strict schedule too. So like, there's not even if most of us are spoken for. Even if we weren't, there's really not a lot of time to entertain anything like that.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I gotta tune my bass. I don't have time for you, girl. Get out of here.
Something tells me you're on Tinder.
Nah, dude, I am emotionally unavailable currently.
Damn.
Yeah.
Better luck next year, Maya.
Yeah, that's exactly every year. Because were you in a relationship last year? I don't.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, I'm a long time in, man.
Really?
I'm a long time in.
Are they kind of stressed with you guys on the road all the time?
No.
They kind of do their own hustle.
We got good ones.
Yeah.
These guys
They're
have,
awesome.
I call them professional band girlfriends. It's their job to be cool, and they're great at it and very supportive.
Yeah, they're the best.
They put up with these guys' shit so good.
Yeah.
So good.
They're great.
Did you meet him at a show? That's a good question. I think.
That is a good way.
Kind of.
Really?
We didn't meet at the show. We played a show. She saw us, and then she snuck into my DMs.
Ooh.
I feel like that counts.
It goes down in the
As a
DMs.
show, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Saw you, reached out.
Thought you were handsome.
Yes.
With two hats on. Did you have two hats on at the time?
Dude, this guy had so many hats on.
Can we expose
He-
the first
Haley, how many hats were on his head when you first met him?
He probably had like 4 hats.
Yeah.
Look at him.
That's
Look
what-
at all those hats.
Yeah, that's what. Oh, damn! Look at this guy.
guy's
Wish you like
Yeah.
pussy gets so wet when you play.
Each hat makes me wetter.
She didn't say anything fun like that.
Oh man.
She said enough.
Take your jackets off.
It's a running thing. I bought a lot of jackets last tour.
Yo, the last tour, this guy couldn't stop buying jackets, and the whole bus was full of jackets, dude. Everywhere we look, it was like, dude, I forgot a blanket, and he's like, dude, I got so many jackets in my bunk. If you could use them as blankets, it would really help me out. It's like, all
He
right.
came on tour. It was cold and rainy, and he goes, "Oh, I need to buy a rain jacket because this rain jacket I don't really like it." And then so he went and bought a rain jacket, and then the next week we were in Bend, Oregon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was like a surf skate shop, which
They
is
had
really
a
weird
sale.
for Bend. Yeah, they had a
Surf
sale
skate
and
shop.
everything. The dispensary also had a sale.
I stopped there too.
Yeah,
Dude, he had on.
Filling up those jacket pockets
Yeah.
with weed,
we
dude.
cleaned that place out, man. I got surf fins. Jay got some stuff. It was a free for all. That was we
Dude,
spent a lot of money
yeah,
there.
we stimulated
I'll never
the
be
economy.
cold.
Greg was wearing 3 jackets and 6 hats, dude. It's like, damn.
It was chilly. It was cold.
I was
Yeah.
comfortable. And you know what?
Tell me.
You know that jacket made a good pillow.
Yeah, it did. It did. I gotta admit that.
Yeah.
So every go around, you guys just have because you guys are growing and stuff. You guys have like different hobbies and stuff that you guys kind of like do on the road. What do you guys do?
We have hobbies that we just try to do in the time that we're home.
Really?
Just try to cram it into our free time. Like I love surfing. I surf a lot when we're at home and when we're on the road too sometimes. But a lot of times the days off don't line up with that, you know. But so does Marshall. What hobbies do you guys have?
I love bird watching. I love bird watching. Huge bird nerd. I saw some grackle, some brewer's blackbird, and a single starling outside today. It was wonderful.
I heard that it's like mostly off the honor system. Like,
Yeah. So if I go around saying I saw a great eastern screech owl, I'm like, that's not helping me. You know what I mean? Because I'm judging myself. So like,
You're like, wait, where?
it's very honor system. When someone says, yeah, I saw a blue-footed booby, it's like, all right, I trust you. Because you're cheating. You can't cheat yourself.
can't prove it, really.
It's almost
It's
very
not Pokemon.
spiritual in a way.
Yeah.
You have
We
to be
keep him honest.
You have to keep it honest.
He knows we'll blow up his spot if we
Did
catch
you
him
really
lying.
see that bird, Joey, or are you just pulling our leg?
Marshall saw it. He said he saw it in the bushes.
Dude, this guy will be like, we'll be driving down the road in the bus, and he'll go,
it's dangerous.
holy shit, holy shit, holy shit! And we're like,
Freaks the
oh my
fuck
god, what
out.
is the wheel falling off? And he goes, no, it's a gray sparrow grackle or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. over
Really?
It becomes dangerous for sure.
I get I'm very passionate about birds, and it's scary. It's scary.
Who would have known that?
COVID changed us all.
Yeah. He just like decided one day. It was
COVID
like,
turned
yeah.
me into a bird watcher. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Do you have books on it?
Several.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. I have 2 pair of binoculars. Well, 10. I have 1 binocular, 1 unocular on tour.
It's not
You have it
called
on
a
you?
monocular?
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah, let's see it.
monocular?
You are correct on that.
If you had a Tinder, would this be on your bio?
Yeah, you're gonna put this on your
I'd be like looking for huge hooters. No cocks. Back on birds. This is a bird thing, but I haven't put resin in a while. But if you turn this, it could replicate bird calls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's part of the Audubon Society.
Can you give us a bird call, like out of your?
No, show them what
I can do
you walk around doing. We'll be in we'll be in a group setting, perhaps at a truck stop or in line somewhere, and he just starts. Yeah. And
What are you
creeps
calling?
out the girls.
Jackson calls it kissing. I'll
Yeah.
start doing it, and Jackson's like, "Stop trying to kiss me," and I'm
He
like,
had-
"I'm not trying. I'm doing the birds."
We were in one of my favorite times ever.
Yeah, this
with
is-
you and
this
the
is a good
bird.
time.
We were in a Walmart parking lot, and he's got his binoculars, and we're in the parking lot, and he's like looking around like this at people, and there was this family, and this mom had her 2 kids, and she looks at Joey, who's like presumably looking at people in the
Yeah.
parking lot, and she goes, kind of like motions to her kids, like, well, I don't know what this guy's deal is, but
Quick, get in the car.
he's got, but and,
This is
and that's
true.
when I
Very
realized
true.
like using binoculars like in public like that is a weird look.
Yeah.
It's a red
Yeah,
flag. I think.
it
I think
is,
it's a
big
social
time.
red flag.
Yeah.
You can't do that, Joey. Stop.
Dude, they could do like fuck whatever. The truth is way dorkier if they wanted to dig, but they don't want to dig.
We'll be like in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the middle of a city, and he'll just grab his binoculars, walk down, looking up at like apartments and stuff, and he'll go, "Oh, look at that!" And like somebody's right next to them, sitting on their patio. I don't know.
The
Good
best
times.
though is like you'll look
Yeah.
over and there'll be some like old guy, and he'll be like, "What you see in there?" Like Joey just makes weird friends around different parts.
Yeah, some people see me and be like, "That guy's birding," and I'll go over and I'll make a friend real quick.
Wow.
It's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
I kind of thought you were joking, but now I
Yeah.
see that you're serious.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
No joke.
Yeah,
I,
really,
I fell in love, man. Fell in love with birds. Absolutely.
Cool.
Wow. I love
What
that.
hobbies what hobbies do you have, Greg, besides
I
buying
smoke weed and
jackets?
fish. That's about
That's
it.
true. You're a big fisherman.
Not even. I don't have a lot of time, so I usually just smoke weed.
Do you like catch them on tour and like cook them?
No, that's a lot of work.
That is.
Yeah.
We
I
bring a
most-
bunch of fish
I
on the bus
mostly
and like gut them all.
Don't catch them. And but if I do, it's usually a bass, and I'll just like make up a story about it and put it on Instagram and send it on its way. And
You want to do one right now? You want to do a live
Yeah.
live one? Dude, look at this.
Fish, you caught a
Look at
fish,
this nice
man.
bass, Greg. Why don't you hold it up and tell us its
No,
characteristics?
this isn't doing it for me. It's not gonna really.
It'll be like
Try the salt
it'll be
shaker.
like this is Kathy. She just finished her shift at Cheddar's.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
niece just visited in town, and they're gonna go to a dance recital. And she's a great, hardworking mom.
There you go. That
That was pretty good.
Good.
You
Yeah.
sold me on that.
Nice.
Learn from the best. Learn from the best.
Wow. All right. You said your next hobby was smoking weed. How much weed do you smoke in a week?
Ooh.
weight-wise?
Tell him, Greg.
What is that gif where the lady's trying to figure out all the math and she's like,
I'd say if we're not like doing anything, because usually we got a lot of shit to do. Maybe about a half ounce
Half ounce a week?
a week.
Anyone else top that, or you guys just all the same?
No, not a half ounce a week. I'll say just an amount.
Just an amount? Just a gram?
X.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm a little more liberal, I guess. With my
And you sing too, so does that like mess up anything ever?
probably.
Really?
I mean, it might.
your singing coach used to always give you shit about
Yeah,
smoking weed.
he did. He did.
He was great.
I had this like book, and he would write up at the top of it like smoke less. And the next page was like smoke less.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to that, but
Are you smoking blunts?
no.
What are you smoking?
I'll smoke joints.
Joints.
I like joints, and I'll take a bong rip too. I like that, but bong it gets me way higher than I want. For some reason, I bought this little like crazy looking bong for the bus. It's like a snow globe, basically. It's very Christmas themed. It has a whole like what do you call that?
Ferris
thing
wheel.
that
That's what it
turns.
is.
But I had to stop smoking it because like it just got me too high for doing anything.
Yeah.
So I like a good joint after about or before anything I do. And it helps my headspace for singing. When I gotta talk to the crowd, I gotta like that's all like straight off the dome. So I like to be in my own little headspace to where I don't really care what I say. Sometimes that comes off and sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time it's pretty good. I'm pretty quick with it.
That's true advice. Greg taught me that's the trick you use when trying to sell to people. Like if you're trying to sell tickets or CDs, that's the perfect spot to be in because you'll say whatever the fuck you want
and you smoke
to
a
these
joint
customers,
first,
dude.
like-
And
One time I ate
you'll
that
try wild
mushroom-
shit.
I ate that mushroom and stood out there for like 10 hours at a festival
Yeah.
selling CDs.
Greg sold over like 100 CDs
Yeah.
by himself, just doing bits to people, and they're like, "All right, I'll buy a CD."
Yeah, it just doesn't. If you don't give a shit, and what if they say no?
Straight up.
Someone else will say yes.
Yeah, take those no's, turn them into wins.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Take them up.
Do you have anxiety when you don't smoke?
I would say so. I have anxiety if I smoke too much too. Like I don't really fuck with dabs a lot because of that.
When you come to Colorado, is it more, I guess, potent?
Kind of, but my girlfriend lives in San Diego, so I'm there a lot, and there's a lot of great weed there too. So it doesn't really like. It's not like I'll tell you, Florida weed sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Shit's mid.
yeah.
Dude,
So
you go to Florida and your boy has weed and you buy the weed. Sometimes he'll be like, "This is the good shit and the bad shit. What do you want?" So that's the choice. You know.
We also all have like the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
if
I love
he's,
our
like,
guy.
Dry or just like his whatever he gets
Doesn't
is
wanna
like
come
wasn't.
by or-
He's out of
wasn't
town
good.
sometimes, you know.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, well, we all got Snickle Fritz this time, but Colorado is always nice. Maryland has great weed.
Maryland
Didn't see that one
fucks
coming.
shit up.
Total
Maryland sleeper.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. In Florida, or Orlando in particular, is that where you guys all currently like live when you're not on tour?
Yeah.
All right, because you guys aren't really like living. You know, you guys are like have a few months off out of the year sometimes,
It's usually like a few weeks at a time.
a few weeks at a time. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. But living there, are you guys pretty well known? Does the city support you, or is it like really big?
Technically, we were voted the city's best band in 2022.
2021,
Best
I
reggae
think,
band?
because it was last year was
I don't
Florida
know, I
Man's
got the
Revenge.
plaque on my wall.
Last year was Austin's band.
Oh.
There's the guy who plays trumpet with us when we're in Florida is in like 5 different bands, and all of them were nominated for the Orlando's
Yeah.
best reggae band.
Yeah,
So it didn't
the
matter
award really
who
goes
won.
to him. I guess.
Yeah.
He won.
Austin cornered the market. That's for
did.
sure.
Yeah.
Got his little
Austin
niche
won
there.
that
Yeah.
contest. That's what it was.
Dope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida treats us pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah.
They show
Florida's. I would say Florida, Colorado, Portland, and
Kansas City.
yeah, I guess we just learned Kansas City. Yeah, those are all like I would say like the best areas for us, and like Southern California in general. I'd say, yeah,
I would imagine.
yeah, those are good spots. Good spots.
What about like out of the country? Because on Spotify and Apple, you can see where you're streaming, anywhere, right?
Yeah, we've never played out of the country, so
What like
Who
are any
knows?
cities like streaming the album a lot so far in the last few days it's been out?
I haven't really been looking at that, to be honest with you.
We could pull it up.
Yeah, find out. I'm curious.
Pull it up on the charts.
You
Yeah,
do
pull the
social media,
charts.
right, for them? Or-
Uh-huh.
that's
Yeah,
what I-
yeah.
that's what I
Jamie, you
thought.
mind pulling that up?
You guys might be popping in like Bolivia.
Yeah.
Biggest band in Bolivia.
Yeah.
Dude, Central America, the metal shows out there are amazing. And like when I worked at a music store before I got involved with these guys, and a lot of people would come from Brazil, and they were like into rock and metal, and then they would buy. Apparently, the import taxes in Brazil are crazy.
So the top city for Way Too High for this, for example, is Mexico City, and then Denver.
What?
At least in the last 28 days.
Let's go to Mexico, boys.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
super cool.
So number one is the United States, and number two is Mexico, then Canada, Germany,
They're
and
listening to
Netherlands.
Peso Puma and you guys.
Yeah. Do you guys know who that is?
Straight up.
Peso Pluma.
Nah.
He's a Mexican rising star. He's like the next Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's kind of fell off. Mexican.
Really?
Yeah, we're
He
over
recently
that.
had a single.
We're over that. All right.
Oh, I forget how many million streams it got, but like overnight.
Yeah,
he's
he's-
like worldwide famous now. He's-
Wow.
He's popping.
It's tight.
What about outside of reggae? Who you guys listening to?
I love the Eagles. I like Green Day. Turnstile.
Yeah, Turnstile's the shit.
Yeah, dude, I've even been getting into that Harry Styles album. I like all
I
sorts
fuck
of
with
stuff.
that.
It's good shit,
It's
dude.
great.
It's really good,
Yeah.
man.
Shout out Harry Styles.
I like this dude Teddy Swims. I don't
Really?
know if you know who that is, but
No.
he's got a killer voice.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
We all listen to like all kinds of different stuff. Man.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. I mean, I can't think of anything that isn't covered with one of us.
Yeah.
Any hip hop? You guys naming some classic rock or something? Any Orlando hip hop artists or anything like that? Because Florida's huge for hip hop.
I don't know about Orlando specifically.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
I
never
like
really there anymore to
That's
like
fair.
experience.
South
that.
Florida, I think,
South
is like
Florida's
kind of
big.
like,
Oh, yeah.
bigger with that.
reggae's really tough in South Florida. Even though like there's some
They like real reggae. They don't like what we're doing.
Exactly right. Some,
Yeah,
some of
those
the
are-
biggest reggae bands in the world are headquartered out of there,
Yeah.
but not us.
Yeah.
It's all right though. We played a festival there recently with the Bad Boys of Reggae. Help me out. I'm sorry.
Inner Circle.
Thank you. That was awesome. That was a fun show.
Yeah. That was cool.
What's you said real reggae? What's the difference between real reggae and Cashed Out?
Like Jamaican reggae.
Oh.
You know, as a where like our thing is definitely more of like reggae influenced, you know, but like probably primarily we're a rock band, I would say, at the end of the day, like a rock pop band even, you know, with like reggae influence. So yeah, I would say that's like the big difference.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Do you got-
Bob Marley didn't Band didn't listen to Led Zeppelin a bunch growing up, and we did, and you can tell the difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
yeah.
like, oh, Led Zeppelin was our formative years, so to speak, while they had their own influences, you know. So naturally the music would be different, of course, but we still consumed reggae, of course, so that's why it's in the pie, you know, so to speak.
So we kind of touched on Andy. I wanted to ask, was Catastro one of your favorite bands to tour with, or is there one that is one of your favorites?
Catastro's awesome to do shows with because, like, their stage show's great, and Andy's just like a rock star who just, like, walks in and fucks shit up, you know?
They're very professional too. You know.
Yeah, also
on
that,
time,
very tight.
set up good. They're like in and out. They know what they're doing. But Tunnel Vision is my favorite band to tour
Yeah.
with because they're wild as fuck. They don't give a shit about the schedule. they're going surfing or skateboarding before load in, and they're just super fun to hang out with. We always have a blast with those guys.
Yeah, we love those
Really
guys.
fun.
Tropidelic.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We're good.
Trop,
We're good
great.
buddies with Trop.
Yeah, we're really close with those guys.
Dope.
Yeah. Dude, there's been a lot of bands that have been like super cool to us. They're super cool to tour with.
Yeah.
Fortunate Youth. I'm excited to go back out with them.
Pepper.
Ballyhoo, Pepper.
Value.
Yeah.
Dude, the Supervillains from Florida, man.
Yeah.
Those guys, those were one of the first bands to really be nice to us and
Really?
take us on.
I interviewed them after you guys, a few months after you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we love those guys.
Somebody asked me about him yesterday.
Oh,
And
yeah?
I was like, okay.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, dude, those guys were super cool, and they gave us shows, super early on when
They really didn't have to.
they didn't have to, and we needed shows, so yeah,
They
we
made
love
us
those
burgers.
guys.
I remember them being nice. They had burgers
Yeah.
and beers for us.
Nice.
Good guys.
When
Good
we
guys.
first played Janice with them, they told Greg, they were like, okay, cool, you want to do this show, you need to bring us a quarter bag of weed. So we got the weed, and Greg and I went onto the bus to give it to him, and we went back there with the singer Dom, and we like start smoking a bowl, and he's like, you guys can just keep the weed, it's fine. I don't need it, I have plenty of weed. It's like, okay.
I'm stressed out over getting that.
Yeah, because we couldn't, our normal guy didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And we would run around town trying to find weeds before we went to St. Pete. But we got the weed, Supervillains went on, and it was a great show.
How much is a quarter in Florida?
$100?
Wow.
What?
Well, no,
It's
I'm not
$50.
paying
$50. 50 a quarter.
For you.
Yeah, well,
Thought
I'm,
you guys
I'm
all
going
had
to
the
tell you
same
what I'm
guy.
paying, man.
We have the same guy. but-
Different prices.
The
Different
going rate
friendships.
is not what we get weed paid for.
Yeah.
What's he charging you?
Normally it's 50, 100, and then 250. So,
1,500 for what?
no, 50,
Oh.
100.
Oh.
Yeah, so an eighth is 50, quarters 100.
It's street.
An eighth is
street
50?
Prices. Not through our guy.
Not through
Are you
yeah, we
listening?
just- yeah.
An eighth is not 50 for.
It is.
That's what we're saying. There's the street price.
Yeah.
Then there's what we pay. But he's asking
Kash'd
the
Out
going
deal.
rate.
Yeah,
If he
Kash'd
went
Out
to
deal.
Florida,
It's 10 a G in Florida. That's the going rate.
You guys are getting taxed.
yeah.
Sorry to tell
We
you.
are, yeah.
Well, and then the weed is like not
Yeah.
that
It's,
great.
it tastes like it was grown in a basement.
If it makes any difference,
In a box.
that has been the standard good weed price for many, many years.
It has.
Oh yeah.
50, 100.
Oh,
yeah.
Florida's
I was gonna
just
say-
getting into the dispensary thing.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
figuring it out.
There's a Cookies down the street from my
Yeah,
house now.
Cookies is coming through to save the day a little bit.
That building
Jungle
is
Boys
loud.
is a good one.
Jungle Boys.
Jungle Boys ain't having that fire, but you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, we brought you guys some shit from Rocky Mountain Blaze. Shout out Rocky Mountain Blaze.
Thank you,
Thank
Rocky
you.
Mountain
Yeah.
Blaze.
Yeah, we're spoiled, man. We get all the good shit.
Dude,
Like
20%, what
dispensaries
does
like
that mean? I don't know.
I don't know. There's like a rosin joint. You guys, I'm not very familiar with rosin. I'm sure James here could explain it a lot better. James, what's rosin?
It's definitely not made with any solvent. It's made under pressure and heat, so it's a lot cleaner than like your distillate, your BHO, your CO2. It's all made with a solvent, so
Chemicals.
this one's nice and pure. The joint's definitely potent. I think it's between 40 and 50%. The distillate joint also, I think that's pushing high 40s, low 50s.
I don't know what any of that means, but it sounds amazing.
So is there weed in that, or is there not weed in that?
We just did an event this weekend, and we had tons of reviews. People that don't usually buy pre-rolls, because a lot of people are rolling with fucking trim, you know?
Yeah.
So they taste like shit.
Yeah.
We got rave reviews on ours. We use all bud, 90+% distillate, you know, 80+% rosin. So
Well, if I forget any words tonight, it's because of that.
Yes.
Too juicy.
I'm gonna try
Normally
it.
with concentrates, they use like butane or something to extract it. With rosin, it's just pure. It's nothing but THC. So
Nice.
that's what he means. It's just potent stuff.
Yeah. You guys get high before the show? Everyone?
I do.
No. Do you smoke?
No.
You smoke, just not before
Yeah,
the
I
show.
smoke. I just don't. Before the show, I get sloppy. I need my hand-eye coordination to be on point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say I don't get sloppy, but it puts me in a place where I feel I can address several hundred people or more.
Yeah.
Look, some people can get high and do like stuff, and I'm not one of those people. I get high and I'm not doing nothing.
That's fair. How old is everyone? Since last year. You guys aged a year, right? I'm guessing.
How do I look?
I want to say, I fuck.
18.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right. I'm fucking 18. My parents are picking me up soon.
We got to get X on your hands, bud.
Barely
Yeah.
legal.
I'm just washing that shit up. I'm a 29-year-old man.
29.
Same. Also 29.
There's a vast difference.
And then we got a little jump.
between us, man.
38.
Oh, looking good for 38. Damn, look at that.
You hesitated.
I had to remember. I think I'm turning 39 in August.
Yeah, you'll be 39 on August 1st, dude. See, I know. Because I'm a friend.
He's a good dude.
That's a good friend. Oh, shit.
I'm 42. I was a grown man when these kids were born.
Yep.
I fucking love this guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have two. I have two boys. They're 5 and 6.
Oh,
Or
wow.
6 and 7. Sorry.
Oh shit.
That was last year's podcast.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I have one that is 11.
How often are you guys seeing them?
As much as possible.
Yeah, it's not very often. We're trying, but we got to work. So,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
It's tough, man. I mean, we're home 5 months out of the year, but like you're saying, it's like a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there.
Yeah.
And then they have shit to do, you know?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
get into soccer camps and, all kinds of stuff. Your kids got to be going off the walls. They got a lot of energy.
Yeah, they got a summer camp. They're going to like a trampoline park summer camp. They're so
Nice.
stoked.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Yeah,
Dude,
they're
I'll go to
so stoked.
trampoline park summer
I
camp.
went, and so listen, Jay. When
Trampoline
you
tour.
jump into the foam pit,
Uh-huh.
it's hard as shit
Dude,
to climb out.
it's hard
Those
to
little
get
kids,
out of there.
they weigh 50 pounds.
Yeah.
They can just climb right out, man. I was like, dude, this is. I'll see you in 10 minutes, guys.
Dude,
Yeah.
that is very hard to get out of
It was
there. I recently learned. I taught myself how to front flip.
Really?
Or no, backflip. Backflip.
Can we get that? Wait, no, we were gonna. Yeah.
Backflip?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
video.
I got a video of it.
It took me
Sick.
a while, but it's really hard to get out of there, dude. I don't know how. There's got to be some kind of method towards it, but you step on a block, it moves with you,
Yeah.
and it gets real sweaty in there too.
Yeah.
In the foam pit.
Yeah.
I had a kid throw me
I
a
like
rope, so that was awesome. Thanks, kid.
Nice.
Give me the rope.
Dang. So kid life. What about? You guys don't have kids. You guys said you're
No kids. We just got each
29.
other.
You
No
guys got each
kids,
other.
just each other.
They
Yeah.
are kids.
Any
still.
pets back home?
Fuck no.
Damn, you
Yeah,
guys are just
dude.
living
Dude, we're
life.
Yeah, man. Dude, we're going too much to have pets at home, dude.
We all love
We would be-
dogs, but we've also decided that would be very mean.
It would be irresponsible
Yeah.
if we were like,
Yeah.
let's get some dogs.
If we
You
could
know?
get a dog,
Let's
and they'd
add
be
some
like,
dogs into the
"Oh,
mix.
hey."
Let's divide our responsibilities.
Yeah.
Just cut that shit up.
Hey, I got a dog. Someone else has to take care of it now.
yeah.
That's kind of what happened to me though. I accidentally adopted a cat.
I hate when that happens.
Well, my roommate came out of his room, and one day when my son was in the living room, my son loves cats, and he's like, "Oh, let's get a cat." And of course, there's no way my son was gonna let that down. So we got a cat, and I hope homie's changing the litter box because I'm not there.
Yeah. Renee's a great
Check
cat
back
dad.
next time we come
Yeah.
through. We'll see if
We'll
the
see how
cat's
the cat's
still alive. Hopefully Bongo makes it out.
His name's Bongo.
Little Bongo. He's cool though. He like watches TV. He likes his channel. We put mice on YouTube. And as soon as you like click on the TV, he'll come running. You hear he's got a little bell on, so you just like ding, 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 comes and just stares up at the TV, waiting to get in. And then he'll just attack it. I had to push it. The TV's like in a corner, and I had to push it all the way back because he was gonna knock the thing over.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've never seen a cat be that enthused about a TV show. Just one. You put fish on, he don't give a shit. You put the mice on,
Nice.
it's game
Tom
time.
and Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bongo. Hopefully it's not R.I.P.
Nah, I think he's all right. I think
All right.
my roommate's pretty good about that stuff. We'll see.
Mm.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't want to give him shit yet.
You're sounding really confident over here.
Renee, please change the litter box.
If you're watching this right now.
That'd be crazy. Like a bunch of eight. What is that? You said 8 months of just cat litter. Man, I'd have to get a new roommate.
I don't think he would let it stack up like I
No,
don't think he would do that.
he's not that kind of guy. He's
I
pretty
believe
cool.
in him. I think
Yeah.
they're keeping each other company. And he's got a good thing going.
Mm.
We'll see.
When I first met Bongo, I go to Greg's house to pick him up the other day, and I said, "Where's the cat, man? I love cats. I want to see him." And he goes, "Oh, he's in the couch." I'm like, "He's on the couch?" He's like, "No, he lives in the back of the couch." So he goes, "Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty," and he comes out of the back of the couch. It's like he's got his own little apartment in there.
Yeah. He like lift up the futon. He's like, "What? What's going on?" He picked that spot.
That's funny.
And
That's
he's
cool.
running with it, so that's fine as long as he comes out. He sent me on a wild fucking goose chase though. Like 3 days into owning this cat, I can't find him. I'm like, what the fuck? And I go searching all the house and making all kinds of noise, crashing shit, because he's like new to the house, so you know, I figured maybe he's a little timid. And I tried everything. I know he hates a broom, so I tried the broom in every little corner. And I went around, I met all the weirdo cat ladies in my neighborhood looking for him, and like I almost like stole this cat that wasn't him, thinking it was him. That motherfucker was just in a closet. As soon as I opened up a can of cat food, he starts like rustling around. And he had gotten into a box that he couldn't get out of and didn't make a peep when I was in there with the broom or whatever. And
It's because he hates it. He was
I wasted
hiding.
an entire day, which, like you said, we don't get a lot of time. So, like, a whole day.
That's
wasting a
what you
whole
did all day, dude. Dude, when you're like, I'm too busy for that. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt from now on and be like, did you spend the whole day looking for cats?
Dude, I thought he was gone, and I was like, this can't be happening.
I heard
Because
you-
my son was there when I got the cat, and I didn't have the heart to be like, dude, I know you like this thing, but like, he's gone, man. There's like a cat gang in my neighborhood. There's like at least 7 or 8 cats, 3 of which look like him. I figured out, and yeah, he would have been if he gets out.
He's
it's over.
joining that gang.
It's
Yeah.
over. He's gonna be
Once he's
grandfathered
about
in.
that life, yeah, there's no going back.
He watches them from the glass. When I had to put up all my blinds, like up like a foot, because he's just all up in there. Like, who's that cat? What the fuck's going on in my driveway?
Kind of dope to be a cat. Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh.
I joined a gang.
Oh, okay.
Cat
Cool gang.
You guys ever been in a gang?
Just this one.
Of course.
I was in a car club once. Does
You're in a
that
car
count?
club? I think so.
My barbershop
I
quartet
think
was
the
called the
people that are
gang.
in the car club were probably in gangs.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you are you still in it?
No, I sold that car.
You had to get jumped out.
No, I didn't. Nothing like that. My car was pretty cool, and then somebody rear-ended me, and it wasn't cool anymore. So I
Just
just
stop going to the meetings.
yeah. Well, we would like meet. It was great. Like Fast and the Furious had just come out at this time, so you would like you'd meet up at a gas station. Everybody's there, like you know, and then you'd go find some dark ass street, and everybody would line up, fucking just drag race. And it's very dangerous.
Wow.
I shouldn't have been there.
Just came
times.
out. There's like 10 of them.
Yeah, and so I'm talking
Every
like
year.
maybe 1 or 2.
Wow.
Like around that time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I had a little Acura Integra. It's all souped up and shit. And then somebody rear-ended me, and that was it.
Damn.
That was the end of your gang days.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I can't be in this gang no more.
You said you were in a barbershop quartet?
Yeah, my barbershop quartet was called the gang. That's my joke. That's my joke.
Damn. Is there a specific time that you guys have to like be out there? We've been going about 50 minutes.
8:30.
8:30?
We're at 8:21 right now.
8:21.
Yeah, we got a few minutes.
Oh hell yeah.
Some time.
Yeah, we have
Um,
some time.
Dylan, you got any questions that have been burning on your inside?
Questions.
It might be the turkey sandwich.
Exactly. Anyone have any questions that they've just been dying to get off?
Peanut Gallery.
No. Okay, I have a question that I kind of want to hear about. When it comes to like this last year's like mental health, you guys been in a better place, worse place?
I would
Better
say
place for
better.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a lot more rest now that we have our bus, and that has contributed to my mental health. I know that. And just to have things, especially like a few years ago when everything shut down, shit wasn't looking good. So as it's been coming back, And people are taking to the album. And it's kind of like you spin your wheels a lot in this industry, not knowing whether or not it's progressing or not, because you don't really know until probably about the end of the tour when you start looking at the numbers and you're like, oh, okay, I guess we did all right, or the end of the year. But we just have to kind of keep grinding and keep going, and sometimes that can feel mundane and kind of weigh on you. And others it's riding a good wave. But I think now that we get a lot more sleep and we kind of got our system, like we're on a schedule now, and we did 2 VIPs today, and we were able to squeeze in this podcast, and sometimes it's a meet and greet at Chiba Hut or something. But we kind of have our routine, and I think we're getting, we know what we want to cook now, shit like that. We're not just stuck in a van eating gas station food.
It's good gas station food now.
Yeah, now it's that good stuff.
We consume a lot of 90-minute rice.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah, dude, we're keeping Ben's original in business, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Ben's is.
Yeah.
good.
Dude, the
I-
cilantro lime from Ben's, we've had
Ooh.
all the flavors now.
We haven't even gone shopping in a couple of days, but I guarantee there's 8 bags of rice in that bus right now. There's
Probably.
enough rice for every person.
Yeah.
Like two
Yeah, somebody's got
a
some
few.
rice pilaf that I keep seeing it in there. They've got to take care of that because there's like so much of it in there.
I got the
Gotta get it
risotto,
going.
man. You got to put some water in the risotto bag. Don't
It's
forget,
fancy.
it's not like the rice.
It's classy
You'll burn
guy.
it. You'll burn it. Yeah, bag risotto.
So I got one question. Could we possibly, when we post this, get a share on Instagram, your Facebook page, so we could get some follows?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Cool, man. Straight up on the story.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about everyone else's mental health? How's that going for the last year?
I think you work on it and get better at touring, because touring's definitely difficult. And I don't know, for me, I feel like Joey and I talk about it kind of a lot of when we go into tour, we'll be like, okay, this tour, I want to try to do this. I want to try to do this differently. And I want to see, if I make this small change, what kind of an impact does that make? And so just guess and check and trying out different stuff. And like Greg was saying, the routine is the more that you can develop a routine, I think that's really the goal, because it's such a seemingly routineless thing. So yeah, just trying to figure out how to create the most stability. I think.
I think, and certain things bother certain people more than
Sure.
others, and stress you out differently. They think it's crazy, but one of my things that I go into the tour with now is I don't look at the schedule. I don't want to see all the dates. The 8 weeks of work that needs to be done still, and I'd rather just be surprised when I get out of the bus, and then next thing you know, it flies by for me, and then it's we've got a week left, and they're not like that. They would much rather know where we are and how much longer we got. And for me, I feel just looking at the long list tends to stress me out, because then I start thinking, okay, well, what happens after that? Where do I need to be? I can be more in the moment if I'm just not looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to help me, but they think I'm crazy.
Seems kind of I don't know if just seems kind of I don't want to say kind of a sad thing, but you can just get kind of lost in,
Get burnt out.
yeah, you dreamed of this, I'm sure, at one point in your life,
Mhm.
and now you're man, we're doing so many dates.
Yeah.
Don't even
well,
tell me.
and then to have it hits me when we announce a tour while we're still on a tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I'm shit, we're not going home for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
And
I don't just get to go home after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
a lot of dates, man. Lots of dates.
At some point, you wanted it.
I did the whole
still
time.
want it,
yeah.
I
Still
still
want
do.
it,
Yeah. And that's when I got to be well, I signed up for this, and this is what we have to do. And it's anytime you don't feel like doing the job, it's kind of well, this is the job. Mm-hmm. And we could stop this, and you could go work in an office, and
Yeah.
do something that's not this whole thing that you dreamed up your whole life.
I also think like some people are just more comfortable touring than other people. You know, like there's definitely like a natural level of, you know, how comfortable you are. You know, how well can you sleep in a moving vehicle? Like little stuff like that, and how like what's your willingness to just like let go of little stuff. You know.
The
So
trick is not giving a shit.
right, yeah. So I think like some people are just like naturally more or less comfortable on the road. So, you know, I think that like, I think everybody's answer about this would be like different, you know, because everybody has like a different level of
Even the
their
guy
baseline.
Josh, who does our albums, he was in our band originally, and we played one show, and he was like, I don't want to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, this touring, you guys are going to go hardcore, and that's not for me. And it wasn't. Now he's doing way cooler things than we are, but he knew right away that was just not his bag. And I
Yeah.
respect the shit out of that.
Yeah, respect.
It sucked at the time. It was really confusing. He's like, what do you mean? We just made this music, and look, people like it. And like, you don't want to do this? He's like, nah. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So,
You guys have anything to add to the mental health topic?
No, yeah, I agree. You know, touring, if you've toured, you know that it's not for everyone, you know, definitely, because it's hard, you know, but, you know, you can get acclimated to it. You can get non-acclimated to it. You pick your battles. But, you know, it's definitely an assault on mental health, you know. I feel if you're very spiritually happy, you can tour very well because you can handle all the chaos very well. But I feel like if you don't, like, you know, have routine or like have all these systems in order already, you get on tour and it's very hard. You know what I mean? Like I definitely learned that touring really young, you know, because there was definitely a luxury in not having a lot of stuff, you know, being young and being poor and doing the band. But then like eventually it's like, all right, I need to find my balance when I come home and take care of myself. You know, I need to find a way to come home and rejuvenate myself for tour, you know, and then you just build these systems to just better prepare yourself, you know. I feel like I'm preparing for tour all year long, you know. But I like it.
financially,
It's
too.
fun.
Yeah, you're like
Yeah.
paying for a bunch of stuff that you're not seeing or using.
Dude, yes.
And then
It's
whole
like,
life is like trying to figure out, can I afford this thing that I'm not using, but I have to have in place when I get home?
dude, car insurance, paying car insurance once a month on tour sucks. It
Yeah.
sucks. You're like, what do you mean?
Well, you gotta-
What do you mean?
You got to pay for a year's worth of car insurance, and generally you pay 6 months at a time, or you get a 6-month policy, right? That you pay monthly.
Yeah, I have a
But
6-month
for
policy.
6 months out of the year, you're not using your damn car. Like, it really, like touring artists, we need water.
We need
power,
3-week
and car
policies,
insurance
bro.
that we can
3
pay. Yeah,
weeks.
that's what it is. Listen, I only need my car from like April 1st to like April 18th, and then
Dude, straight
that's
up.
it. And then it's just gonna sit here for 4 months, you know. So
We need the equivalent of a 4-for-4 that Wendy serves.
yeah.
But like,
insurance.
but insurance.
Can Wendy's get into auto
dental,
insurance?
car, house.
Can I get a biggie bag of insurance?
Yeah, give me the biggie bag insurance. I'll put an extra $10 in there for flood.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I could imagine fucking you guys all have living situations and whatnot. Just kind of wasted money. Seems like. Why don't you just don't pay it? Just live on their life. Just live life on the edge.
Yeah.
Bad advice. Bad advice. Bad advice. Yeah. Coming home to my bed,
Speaking
one of the best things ever.
Speaking of living life on the edge, it's
Yeah.
changeover. I have to go. play
Yeah,
set
we do
list.
need
I
to,
love you guys, but you guys can hang for a minute. I think you guys got time, but I have to run.
I don't have time. I
Thank you,
need
man.
I need to go and get
Nice.
ready for this as well.
All right, y'all.
Thank you.
I got a whole
Where can
performance.
they find you guys?
Kash'dout.com. KASHDOUT.com. That'll give you all things touring, merchandise, whatever we got going on. You can find it there.
Respect. All right, guys. Street Champs, Cashed Out. Come get put on. All right, peace.
What's up, guys? We just hit 1,500 subs. We're trying to make it 2,000. Help us out and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.